Hey guys, this is Nesta, the black teacher. Africans, black Africa, sub-Saharan Africa. So many people say a lot of things about us. Black Africans, they say we have low IQ. They say our brains are not fully developed. They say we can't develop. They say we are not problem solvers. They say a lot of things, right? We don't have ambitions. We cannot, we have never invented anything that is useful to the world. These are the things that people say. I want you black Africans to know that this is how people view us, no matter how hard you try. These are things that people are learning, are studying about us. In Asia, they have books. If they go on their Google searches in Asia and ask a question, why are black Africans poor? Why is Africa poor? They have answers. And some of those answers are about us being primitive, us being not fully intelligent to the level that white people, Caucasian people, or Asians are. These are facts that people have on their databases and on their search engines, and this is the information that they read about us. They might try to be nice. They might say the nice things like we are all the same. We are all the same like this, but they have this kind of information that they read and enforce about us. Okay, and I can't argue with them. I cannot argue because our arguments don't hold water. Why? Because you will be arguing with them, and then you look at what your leaders are doing in Africa, the leaders of black Africa are doing. It just reinforces the stereotypes that these people already have about us. Okay? Not only the leaders. You will be busy trying to argue with Asians, with white people, to say we are the same. We also are smart. We are also this. And then you go on social media. You find all these memes by Africans sharing them. The memes that reinforce the stereotypes that African education system is trash. We are too religious. We are too this. We are too that. People come to convince you that the problem with you, or why you are poor, is because you're too religious, and you just take it. You just believe it. You just go on and spread it and repeat that, and you believe, oh, I'm poor because I'm too religious. Europeans have been religious. Asians are religious. If you come to China, you will see lots and lots of temples, everywhere temples. When Chinese people are celebrating their festivals, they have all these gods, all these deities in there. They have them in their museums. They have them in their everywhere on the streets. They are religious too. So to tell me that you are poor because you're too religious, I think all these things are just there to confuse us. And when we are repeating these things, it's like these people are controlling us. Mentally, psychologically, they are controlling us. Some will argue we have all the resources. Anyway, a quick question, a simple question. Why don't we make bicycles in Africa? I know we are trying to make cars, we're trying to make EVs. Yes, there's nothing wrong with that. But a bicycle should be the simplest, and it's the most widely used mode of transportation in rural Africa. Not only rural Africa, all Africa. Why don't we have bicycles? Why don't we have bicycle brands made in Africa for children, for adults, for farmers, for people? Just a bicycle. I'm not talking about a tractor. I'm not talking about just a bicycle. Why are we not making bicycles in Africa? There is a market, or a readily available market in Africa for bicycles. Why are we not making bicycles? Why are we still using Indian bicycles, Chinese bicycles, Japanese bicycles, European bicycles? Why? There is a market for bicycles. You see? And lastly, another problem that I see is that we are always trying to blame the outsiders. We are always trying to say that it's because of slavery, it's because of religion, because they brought us Christianity, because they brought us this, this is why we are not developing, because of... Come on. Come on. Let's stop that. Why are we not solving our problems today? Is it because of slavery? Honestly? Yeah, you see Africans talking about minerals. We are rich. Africa is rich. Those white people want the minerals. The Chinese, they want the minerals. We are rich. We can control our minerals. Nah. We have to use our minerals, not control our minerals. If we can use them, then we are going to control them. Every African country that claims to have minerals, all kinds of minerals, if you go on the periodic table, if you've done science, the periodic table, it has about over 20 something rare earth minerals on there. The rare earth minerals, they are there on the periodic table. Everybody that goes to school and studies science and studies the periodic table, the rare earth minerals are there. We don't use them. We don't know them. It is the white people, it is the Asians who know them and who know their uses. They are the ones who are making phones. They are the ones who are making computers. They are the ones who are making fighter jets. They're using those rare earth minerals. We don't use them. So we say, okay, we have this. We can never control something when we don't know its value. Those people can stop using those things. What do we do with them? Yes, you control that, yeah. What if they stop using them? What if they stop buying them? You see, so they can always manipulate because they know the usage of those minerals. Anyway, what I'm trying to say is, when shall we start having our own technologies, having our own satellites up there, sending our own satellites up there? You know, we are letting other nations monopolize everything. They're making our phones, they're making our telecommunications, they're making our satellites. They're actually sending satellites to space for us on our behalf. Why can't we do it on our own? You know, now they are manufacturing everything. Look around your house. How much is made in Africa? Look at things you're wearing. Look at all your accessories in your house. You make your breakfast, you make your lunch. Look around where you're sitting on. Look how you've decorated your houses. How much of that is made in Africa? Are we still blaming colonialism? Are we still blaming religions? Are we still blaming our education system? These people think we are not smart enough. And each and every day, we keep proving to them. We keep telling them that they are right about us. When you go on social media, see all the African content creators, see all the date. Why can't we dance in beautiful streets? Why can't we dance in beautiful settings? Why can't we dance in beautiful houses? Why can't we do our traditional dances on beautiful platforms? Why do we have to dance on dirt? Why do we have to be dirty to do our traditions? Are we associated?